So let me give you a couple ways that you can check your solutions when you solve by factoring using your graphing calculator. So here's the last example we just did. I've gone ahead and I've typed in my polynomial once I rearrange it to get it equal to 0. So this is what I want you guys to type in as your y1. Now, one way you could sort of kind of just get a rough idea of if you graphed or solved correctly is just to graph your polynomial. Remember, we're saying that the solutions are x-intercepts. So we can kind of eyeball and see that, yeah, it looks like it crosses at 0. It looks like it crosses at 1. It looks like it crosses at -1. The square root of 5 one's harder to check. So the better way to check is actually to check your table. One thing that I want you to do first, though, is adjust how your table works. So press second window to do this. And what I want you to do, you probably have this on auto, unless you've done some other problems like this before. I want you to change that independent variable to ask instead of auto. The independent's your x value, and so changing that to ask, what that'll allow you to do is just type in the x values you want to check. So not just, you won't have to scroll through to find them. Also, you'll be able to type in the weird ones like the square root number. So change that to ask. When you go to your table now, it'll probably be empty. There may be stuff in there from before, you could just type over it. But what you're going to do is type in the values you want to test. So we got -1 as a solution. The way you'll know if it's right is if a 0 pops up in your y column. So -1 is in fact a solution. Let's say that you made a mistake and you got 6 as an answer. We would know that 6 wasn't going to work because look, 6 doesn't come up as 0. So you can test all the ones that we try. We kind of eyeball them from the graph as well. However, these irrational ones, you can also test those. Just type in the square root of 5. And look, it'll check that as well. It changed it to a decimal, but look, it checks out that's a 0. As well as the negative square root of 5, we can check that. So, it's a quick, easy thing to do. It's worth doing just to make sure that you didn't make any mistakes in your answer.